Today, I want to remind you of a truth that we often forget when life feels hard. Never give up, because great things take time. In a world that craves instant results, we often lose sight of the fact that some of the most meaningful accomplishments require patience, perseverance, and trust in God's timing. The Bible teaches us in Galatians 6:9, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." This reminds us that every effort we make, no matter how small, has value and purpose. It may feel like progress is slow, but God is working behind the scenes, orchestrating something far greater than we can see. Challenges and delays are often a part of the process. Romans 5:3-4 tells us that suffering produces perseverance, character, hope. Every trial you face is preparing you for the blessings to come. Trust in Ecclesiastes 3:11, which assures us that He has made everything beautiful in its time. Great things, whether it's a dream, a relationship, or a calling, are worth the wait. If you feel like giving up, remember James 1:12. "Blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, because they will receive the crown of life." God has a plan for you, and His rewards are greater than anything this world can offer. So keep going, stay faithful, and trust that the seeds you are planting now will bloom into something beautiful. Great things truly take time, but they are always worth it. Patience is an essential quality when it comes to seeing our goals come to fruition. The Bible highlights this principle in Galatians 6:9, where it encourages us not to grow weary in doing good, knowing that in the right time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Life often involves waiting periods where progress seems slow or invisible. However, it is precisely in these times of patience that God is shaping and preparing us for something greater. Patience is not about passively waiting, but actively trusting in God's timing. It means continuing to move forward, even when we don't see immediate results. When we are patient, we allow God to work in His perfect time, bringing about the outcomes we long for. Patience reminds us that God's plan for us is far greater than we can imagine, and He knows exactly when it is the right time for us to receive what we've been working towards. Patience also cultivates endurance, helping us stay committed when the journey feels long. It teaches us to focus on the process, not just the destination, and to trust that every step, no matter how small, is leading us closer to what God has prepared for us. Through patience, we learn to lean on God more deeply, recognizing that our timing and His timing often do not align. By remaining patient, we honor God's sovereignty and allow ourselves to grow spiritually, preparing ourselves to handle the blessings that He will eventually pour into our lives. Faith is the fuel that enables us to persevere through the obstacles and challenges we face in life. Hebrews 11:1 defines faith as confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. Faith allows us to keep going even when the road ahead seems unclear, and when results don't appear as quickly as we expect. It is through faith that we can remain steadfast in our pursuit of great things, trusting that God is working behind the scenes, even when we cannot see it. Faith doesn't just help us hold on during difficult times, it helps us to grow and build a deeper connection with God. When we choose to trust in His promises, we affirm that we believe He is faithful and able to accomplish His will in our lives, regardless of the challenges we face. Throughout Scripture, we see examples of people who overcame immense hardships by holding firm to their faith. From Abraham to David, each person had to rely on their faith in God to move forward, even when the promises seemed distant. Faith allows us to see beyond our current circumstances and trust that God has a purpose for every delay or setback. When we face difficulties, faith helps us look to the future with hope and expectancy, knowing that God's timing and plans are always perfect. It encourages us to keep pushing forward, even when progress feels slow, because we trust that God is guiding us, and He will bring the results in His time. Faith turns obstacles into opportunities for growth and keeps us moving toward the goals that God has placed in our hearts. God's plan for our lives often involves periods of waiting and enduring hardship. Romans 5:3-4 reminds us that suffering produces perseverance, character, and character, hope. These trials are not without purpose, rather they are a part of the refining process that prepares us for what is ahead. When we endure challenges, our character is shaped, and we learn to rely more fully on God. Perseverance during difficult times helps us grow stronger in faith and more resilient in facing future obstacles. The waiting periods are not in vain, they serve to build our inner strength and deepen our trust in God. As we persevere through struggles, we are transformed, learning to develop patience and trust in God's sovereignty. The journey is as important as the destination, and the lessons learned during these times of waiting and perseverance are invaluable. God uses these moments to refine us, preparing us for the blessings that will come in due time. Our character is not shaped in moments of ease, but in the difficult moments when we choose to keep going despite the setback. This process is part of God's greater purpose in our lives, preparing us not only for the blessings ahead but also for the responsibility that comes with them. By persevering, we are equipped to handle the challenges and opportunities that God will entrust to us. The suffering we experience ultimately produces hope that, just as God has been faithful through our trials, He will continue to be faithful in the future. Through perseverance, we can trust that God is at work, even when the road is tough. Trusting in God's perfect timing is crucial when we feel the pressure to rush, or when things don't happen as quickly as we expect. Ecclesiastes 3:11 assures us that He has made everything beautiful in its time. This verse reminds us that God is sovereign over every moment of our lives, and He has a perfect plan for when things should unfold. Often we struggle with impatience, wanting to see the results of our hard work immediately. But we must remember that God's timing is not the same as ours. When we trust in His timing, we are acknowledging His wisdom and recognizing that He knows what is best for us. Delays are not denials, and God's timing is always aligned with His perfect will for our lives. Trusting in His timing means surrendering our own agenda and allowing Him to lead us at His pace. Sometimes the waiting period serves a purpose. It prepares us spiritually, strengthens our faith, or even protects us from situations that we may not fully understand. As we wait, we are invited to grow in patience, dependence, and trust. We must resist the urge to rush ahead of God's plan and instead rest in the confidence that He will bring things to pass at the right moment. By trusting in His timing, we experience peace and assurance, knowing that He is in control. God is never early or late. He is always on time. Even when we cannot see the full picture, we can trust that His timing is perfect and that He is working all things together for our good. Perseverance leads to rewards that far surpass the effort we put in. James 1:12 tells us, "Blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, because, having stood the test, that person will receive the crown of life that promised the psalmist to him." This passage highlights the ultimate reward of endurance, the crown of life, a promise from God to those who faithfully endure trials and remain steadfast in their love for Him. The trials and struggles we face are not pointless. They are opportunities to build spiritual strength and deepen our relationship with God. Every time we persevere, we grow in character and draw closer to the fulfillment of God's promises in our lives. This reward, both in this life and in eternity, is a reflection of God's faithfulness and the outcome of our commitment to stay the course. Great things take time, and it is through perseverance that we position ourselves to experience those rewards. The key is to keep moving forward, even when the journey feels long and challenging. God's promises are sure, and He will never leave us in the midst of our struggles. The reward is not just in the tangible blessings, but in the spiritual growth and transformation that take place as we endure. The crown of life is the culmination of a life lived in faith, perseverance, and trust in God's timing. Therefore, as we face challenges and feel like giving up, we can take heart in knowing that our perseverance will lead to an eternal reward far greater than anything we could achieve on our own. As we reflect on the journey toward achieving great things, we are reminded that success is not always immediate, but rather a product of patience, faith, endurance, and trust in God's perfect timing. Through the challenges, the waiting, and the perseverance, God is shaping us into who we need to be, preparing us for the blessings He has promised. As we continue on our path, let us remember that every step, no matter how slow or difficult, is a step closer to the rewards He has in store for us. I want to encourage each of you to keep going, no matter the obstacles or the delays. Remember that great things take time, and with faith, perseverance, and patience, the rewards will come. Thank you for your time and attention today. May you be blessed with the strength to endure, the patience to wait, and the faith to trust in God's perfect plan. Good luck, and may you find success in every step you take. Keep moving forward.